creations of the mind, which are inventions, literary or names, images, designs used in commerce, also artistic works and symbols. That's used in commerce, so to make money. Difference between intellectual property and physical property is that intellectual property is not tangible. It's a creation of the mind. Physical property is tangible. 4 ways to protect it. We define that intellectual property on its own has its own protection. So if you came up with it and somebody steals your idea, you're automatically protected through the court system. You can pursue criminal damages if someone steals your idea. Also, to help that, there are copyrights, patents, trademarks, and trade secrets. Copyright, and the difference between copyright and a patent is that a patent for an invention is the grant of a property right to the inventor, so the idea behind it. A copyright is a form of protection provided to the author's original work, so they only own that work. They don't own the ideas or images behind it. They own what they produced. IT makes high-quality copying and high-quality distribution extremely easy and cheap, and fair use, as something is used fairly if it's a criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, or research. We also have the 4 parts to it of what makes fair use is the purpose or character of the use, including whether such use is for commercial nature or nonprofit educational purposes. 2, the nature of the copyrighted work, so what it's used for. The amount and substantiality of the portion used in relation to the copyright material as a whole. And 4, finally, the effect of the use upon the potential market or value of the copyrighted work. So if you produce something, or you take the copyrighted work and you give it away, the person could seek damages from you because even if you used it fairly, if you shatter the market, no one wants to buy it anymore since you did something. That would be against fair use. Our laws, we have the 1790 first copyright law, and that was in the Constitution of the United States when they first defined copyright and the encouragement of use for the encouragement of learning. 1909 allowed for the works to have a 28-year period when it's copyrighted. Then the 76 and 80 revisions put damages behind it and also put people in jail for longer. And the NET Act, the No Electronic Theft Act of 1997, set penalties for these acts and made it a limit of 5 years for jail time, 10 years for repeat offenders. And the DMCA in 1998, Digital Millennium Copyright Act, defined that Internet service providers were not liable for the actions of their customers or users, but they did have to notify the user and take down the content if it's infringing copyrights. Also, it defined that if someone broke a copyright law, the copyright holder could seek damages from the user, but not from the ISP. Thanks.
What IP is? IP is intellectual property. Intellectual property includes ideas, discoveries, writings, or anything like that. However, it is easy to duplicate, and infringe upon others' intellectual property. Examples of intellectual property could be art, an essay, symbols. The difference between intellectual property and physical property is that IP is a work that could come from your mind and something that you can make up, while physical property is something that you can own and touch. There are some ways in which you can protect your work or IP. You can protect your intellectual property through trademarking, through patenting, through registering your work, and also through a trade secret. For the fair use doctrine, the doctrine is a doctrine in the U.S. that allows people to use copyrighted material without permission. There are 4 factors that should be considered if something were to be fair. The the purpose of the use. It can vary whether it be commercial or for educational usage. The copyright laws in the U.S. kind of first started with the first U.S. copyright law in 1790, with the objective to encourage learning. The next was the Copyright Act of 1909, which allowed for works to be copyrighted for a period of 20 years from the date of publication. And then in 1976 and 1980, there were revisions that
Pause for a sec.